bang, right on me. Something just hit. I had to block off the top porch because Bailey keeps going up there and it's right above where I got the camera. Let me go grab my flare. Well, yeah, like kittens and the cats down here. Bailey, for whatever reason, I think she's just jealous. Well, she somehow made it back up here, which I'm going to go get her. And she'll sit up there and make all kinds of noise. Even though I blocked it off, she somehow finds a way to get through it. I think what it is, she's jealous because of the cats. And she keeps getting in trouble for eating the cat's food, even though she's got all kinds of food out. But anyway, what's happened is I had the owl sound off a while ago. And I've been out here hanging the laundry up out here. I just got done with it. And something started banging on it. It's like too quick. It's I guess wood knocks, but didn't sound like the classical wood knocks, like the popping wood knocks. It sounded more like actual bush being pulled up out of the ground or something, banged up against the tree. It was funny sounding, more like brush popping or something. Why are these comments so weird looking? Well, the problem is these cats. There's what I'll do is stick their food back in there, then I'll push the table on all that over there. But somehow Bailey figures it out. It's like she's figured this up here out. There's one way on this porch, right over there, and I've put a chair and a crate there so she couldn't get up there, and she still figured out how to get up there. She's pretty good at solving problems. But anyway, today I was up at where the little cave is, and I started clearing trails and started cutting firewood, and I found another track, actually a couple tracks, and they all look pretty fresh. And I heard a whoop that was over close to where the cave was. I went back down to the cave and was checking all that out. It got dark on me, but I've got all this recorded. I just haven't had a chance to do anything with it yet. I guess as long as she's quiet up there, you'll be alright. But I was talking about, and I went up there and I was filming some tin, and I was talking about a couple of years ago we had a tornado, and you can find there's a whole sheet of tin up there. It's twisted up and everything, banged up, but there's a whole sheet of tin up there, and there's several little pieces of tin and stuff from a tornado we had a couple of years ago. And every once in a while, I got to thinking, every once in a while here, it sounds like metal being hit. You know, besides what gets hit around here, it sounds like it comes from the hillsides up in the mountains. And I think that's what they're doing, is hitting that tin with something up there. And I found pieces of tin that's actually been moved, like from one side of the ridge line to the other side. I heard something at the barn. So yeah, I went up there to look at that, the cave, and whatever was in the cave is gone now. So as soon as it cools off, and I ain't got to worry about snakes, I'm gonna move those rocks and see if I can get back in there and see what's back in that kind of weird that something's put rocks up in front of it. I mean, it has to be either a human's done that or a booger, one or the other. I don't know if y'all can see that lightning. I can't see nothing in the FLIR because it's been raining. It is muggy. It's been raining off and on all day. Hear that? That click up there? Hear that? There's one above me too. It's moving up there. It's moving a lot up there. Hey, make a louder noise. I know you're up there. Yeah, I think the boogers did it too. I was looking at it, and there's one rock that's laying down in front of it. It looks like if they just flip that rock up, it would block off the whole cave. And I don't know if it's like some sort of trap that they've made or what. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why humans would do it unless they're up there, stashing something. Would be the only thing I can think of. Or humans made a trap back in the day. I don't know. Can y'all hear that? The bugs are loud, but I can hear the bush talk to me from right above me. And then I'll hear something up there at the barn. And we're going to tap. Hear it? What the heck was that? I don't know if that was a rock or if they was tapping something. I can't see nothing with this FLIR. It's useless. I took the drone up top today, which I never did fly it up there because I couldn't find a good spot to fly it on that side of the mountain. And so I broke down here and I've been practicing with it a little bit. Which I need a whole lot more practice. But I can see how it would come in handy. Ooh, is that a third one? There's one moved. Ooh! I've got, I got a recorder out. And I usually keep the recorders going. Now that I've got two of them, I usually keep on going. But the problem is I don't have time to review them. I mean, how do you how do you review 24 hours of a recorder? Unless you put it on some kind of sound wave, and then you're still gonna miss stuff. Put it on something that shows the sound waves or whatever, you're still gonna miss things. And then at the end of the day, all you've got's recordings. Just don't get me wrong, I like recordings, but I mean, it really don't prove anything. You really don't know for sure what's making that noise without seeing what's doing it. I've captured some interesting stuff on them before. Now I got one behind me. I figured this might happen tonight because of what I found today. The track I found is right up above me up on Whispering Ridge. And I heard two of them up there today. One like did a whoop and the other one did like the pop thing. Mouth pop or whatever. And Gray Cat scared the crap out of me. Why are you running around hollering for, dude? Nah, migraines suck. I wanted to go camping this weekend, but especially the rain makes it just miserable, and this humidity's terrible. I guess we ain't got about a couple weeks of summer left though, so see the light at the end of the tunnel. No, they're in there sleeping. While I was working on the house, I've got, show you my new setup over here. There's the owl's back. Did y'all hear the owl? The funny sounding owl. Hear him? I've made the crow. Dude, you're not even an owl. You don't even sound right. Make the crow trap into my little chicken coop. Keep the cats off of them. Mm-hmm. I don't even have my cameras ain't even on. The one that works is over there. But they're not on. I need to get batteries for that one. That was loud. Listen to the end of a real owl. Get on you can Google it or whatever. But listen to a real owl, and it's got a there's something else in the alcohol too. It's got the end of the real alcohol is different. A booger don't have that end to its call. That sounded like it had a bark in that call. Listen, there's one out back doing a different alcohol. No, it's coming from the same place. Okay, it went from a barred owl to a screech owl now. Can y'all hear the? You can't decide which type of owl it wants to be. Maybe it'll start barking here in a minute. I mean, boogers, they can mimic an alcohol really good. But at the end of a real alcohol, and I mean, look this up for yourself. At the end of a real alcohol, there's a trill at the end. It's like woo 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 woo. Like a, I don't know, the end's totally different. Well, boogers don't do that. I don't know if they can't do that or what. They just leave that part out. Just like a whippoorwill call. At the end of every whippoorwill call, if it's a real whippoorwill, there's a knock sound at the end of the call. That's pretty cool. I'm glad I caught it going from hoot owl to screech owl. Makes you wonder what they're thinking. You know what I'm saying? Do they eat owls? I mean, I guess if they could catch an owl, they probably would eat it. I don't know why they wouldn't. I was thinking earlier today, I wonder if they would start mimicking the chickens. I've never heard them mimic a chicken here. And I'm wondering, like, if when my chickens get big and get vocal, got roosters and such, they're crowing and all that, I'm wondering if the boogers will start doing that. I've heard of them doing that. I can't think of the video name right now, but there's a woman that's got them recorded doing that, doing crows at like at midnight or something. And you can definitely tell it's not a rooster. No more black rocks. Just that one. nut and the mushroom's gone, and the leaves are different over here again. I'm gonna put some more beans out here. I had that half a shell and that mushroom on there, and they're both gone. And these leaves, I don't know what that yellow stuff is. That's all changed. The owl's still there. I haven't noticed anything else today. What's that? Ooh. Pretty sure owls don't throw stuff either. Actually, Nathan, hickory nuts are falling. I've seen them today. Problem is, there's no hickory nuts hanging over my house or the barn out there. I can't see nothing on this flare. See if I'll imitate that. Danger is my middle name. I'm kidding, it's actually Alan. I'm standing underneath the deck here, so I don't think they can hit me with nothing. Y'all give up? This is cool, my chat. Like whenever y'all's chat pops up, it's in black instead of white. It's like surrounded by black now. It's not as bright. And it kind of helps with my night vision. That's awesome. Good job, YouTube. Watch your ears. That sounds like it's inside the barn. The flea might work there. Let me go grab it again. I mean, I have no idea if they eat them. I don't know. I mean, maybe like a young booger could get up a tree or something to get an owl. Or they could, I mean, I guess it would be possible for them to catch them. If they caught them, I'm sure they would eat them. I mean, why not? I've got this fake owl out here. And they've moved it around before. What was that? What was that? I have no idea what what type of rock that was. You know, I've never seen a rock like that in natural around here, like even in the creeks. I mean, it looks like a smooth creek rock. But I've never seen it, you know, natural like that. I'm thinking it's like a decorative rock or something that they've got from somewhere. Like maybe somebody else's house or a flower bed or something. People use like those little rocks for flower beds. I don't really know anybody around here that has that. That's all I can see up there is the, ooh, what was that? Just The tree's on the edge, but there's a dark spot back in there. And another tree. I gotta look at that. I'm getting eat up. Yeah, I think it's a tree. Well, there's been a few things show up here that I have no idea where it's come from. But mostly they bring in like deer parts and turkey parts and chipmunk, rocks. Found a brand new structure today too. It's got weaving in it, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, that would be weird. Okay, so I've been writing some stuff down. I'm gonna show y'all. It's pretty cool. Like whenever I hear something or something happens, I've been writing it down. And I used to do this, and I thought this is what was going on. Like I used to watch deer feed out in the bottom. And if they would stay on the edge of the bottom, there would never be anything happening. But if they was in the center of the bottoms and would like pay attention to the tree lines a lot more, about 90% of the time something would happen that night, or that evening. I would hear wooden knocks or screams or whatever. So today, for this area, this is the sole lunar, and deer go by moon phases, and like if it's overhead or underfoot or whatever, to do their feeding. So we just now went through a minor time of deer feeding. Now the deer are probably bedded down and chewing their cud or whatever, digesting their food. So the major one will be coming up about midnight 30. And a lot of the times I've noticed the booger activity corresponds with the deer activity. It's one of those little things I've paid attention to before, and I thought about it. Why is this not scrolling up? But yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Sissy is I think they've been out hunting, and maybe I don't know. Like the moon phases and feeding times. I think they just go along with that, and I think they. I don't know if they can, like, deer and fish and all sorts of critters feed by moon phases. And I'm just wondering if boogers do it too, or if they just pay attention to the deer and their feeding times. I think that's one of their main food sources. And right now is probably the hottest time of the year. Usually it's dog days and all dried up, and the creeks are all dried up, and you don't get no rain and everything, and you got fire warnings and all that. But it's not happening this year, and it really didn't happen last year either. There's the cat. So I'm just wondering if they start, how like bears before they go into hibernation. And I'm not saying boogers hibernate, because I don't think they do. Well, I know they don't, because I've got too much activity here in the wintertime. But I bet they absolutely gorge themselves. Like today, somebody mentioned the hickory nuts, and hickory nuts are starting to fall. Here in about a month, the other nuts will all start falling. There's all kinds of pawpaw fruit out there this year. There's quite a bit of berries. There's all kinds of muscadine grapes out there. And I wonder if boogers pack on the fat before winter. I would think they would. Well, the deer will, they go by the moon phase, the same as fish. I mean, and basically it's the tides go by. The moon controls the tides, high tide, low tide, and all that. So if the moon's overhead or underfoot, that's whenever the deer are out and they'll feed throughout the day, I suppose, but that's their major times whenever they're out feeding. So I think the boogers know that, or if not that, but they just know that the deer are coming out at certain times. And I don't know if the boogers can feel the phase, the gravitational pull or whatever. I don't know. Just a theory I've got, and it's just something that I've noticed here, is when the deer are out feeding, you'll have activity either during that time or shortly after. A lot of times it's after the deer feeding, I guess, after they've hunted the deer and they've ate and all that, and they figure, well, now it's time to go mess with the stupid humans. But yeah, I think, you know, like I said, at what, 12:30 or whatever, if they're around, then they'll maybe by 12:30, 1 o'clock, then you might get some more action. Which I don't know if I'll be up there or not. I'm pretty tired. This summer is draining me, especially right now. Man, I'm so wore out. Terrible. Oh yeah, there's plenty of white oaks around here. White oaks, red oaks. And there's usually 2 or 3. And then there's over 20 go through. What's that mean? Yeah, I definitely think they use a full moon for their advantage too. For you know, absolutely, they can see better during the full moon. And I've heard people say that they think that they don't get as active during the full moon, but you know, they can hide in the middle of the day. So you know, a bright moon's not going to change their mind. They'll be like, nope, moon's too bright. Better stay hidden. I don't think that happens. No, Lisa. Yeah, we had the logging done a couple years ago, and because of bugs getting in them and killed them out and getting disease, so we had the logging done, and hopefully that's took care of that. They were getting the older oaks and kill them out. But I think it might have made the boogers mad, and that's why they started in down here. As I suppose they passed through, the boogers have probably chilled out now. I mean, they might be up on the hill laid out or whatever and watching. Bailey, you're too noisy. Well, alright guys, I'm going to end this one. If I'm up tonight, I might go live again, but I don't think I'll be up. I meant to make some coffee while ago and forgot to do it. Oh well. But I've got the recorder out. If anything happens while I'm out here, then I'll jump back on here live. But that's generally how it goes. They'll come active for a few minutes and then move along, or I don't know, chill out. Yeah, you need to go to bed, sissy. I have watched Jeff Friend's videos. I like his videos. I don't get to watch a whole lot of videos. But yeah, I have seen some of his videos. He had a good one today. I might check it out. I mean, I'm subscribed to his channel, but I I'll never have a chance to sit down and watch it. Maybe in the wintertime I'll catch up on a bunch of stuff, but if somebody gets something really good, then usually it's, everybody finds out about it, and I'll go watch that. But, all right, gang.